Hi, I'm Trishy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 3 good tips on how to pass your FAA Part 107 on the first try. That's how I did mine. I used little money and I worked on my own time. I didn't do school because I felt that it just wasn't going to be best for me. I also had to deal with a few obstacles. For one, I started the whole interest in drones when I was 58. So I'll be 60 this year. I was 58. And I didn't have anybody like my grown kids or anybody who was interested in drones or knew anything about the materials that would be on the test. I knew that it was important to pass the test just to be safe. You don't want to just end up in trouble out there flying and doing something you're not supposed to do and you end up in trouble. So I take the test. So if you have ever struggled with studying or staying on task, paying attention to detail, sorting things out, anything like that, these tips will probably work well for you. This whole study process, you have to break this down into small pieces. There's different sections, there's straight up questions and answers, and then there are the questions that go along with this book with the figures. What I had to do, I had to take the pages out of the book. I left some in here, the ones that weren't necessary. I had to take pages out of the book and create my own little thing. I got highlighter pens, and anytime I got to a question that say pertain to this is figure 20, I would go ahead on, I would mark it. I'd have my own color system. I'd have my own explanations. This is what I did. This is how I was able to condense information down to small pieces. But at this point, I didn't need this anymore because I had the pages here. This is what I used. I also purchased this book. Now, mind you, it's 2023, it's 2025, now I get that. And I'm sure the edition, you can still get it. This is on Amazon. All this is Amazon. And not very expensive. So I got this book, and while I was studying this book at the time, I didn't realize that this book had an app that you can follow along with it on the app. The app is amazing. Okay, so I did this. So that's 2 purchases. These 2 books. Oh no, wait a minute. Got this on Amazon. And this is okay, except for the print's kind of small, and how that goes. But anyway, it also has a good diagram here of the airspace and the things you need to know. What I did with this one, I took this airspace and I got cardstock, like the Starl stock, and I made my own diagrams separately of the different airspace. I did all of them. I did the height, I put the dimensions on it and everything. So when the questions came up, I could just pick up my little thing and look at it. Now that's how I retained that information. You may have another way. You may be able to look at this, read this, and know it. But there's some of us that need a little bit of extra help. And I feel like when we get involved in creating our own diagrams, cutting out our own things, putting all this extra work in, we remember this. I remember this from what I made, not necessarily from the words from the book. So that's what I did. I also had problems with trying to figure out, once I passed this test, I didn't even have a drone at the time, which drones to buy. So that'll come along in my next video. But I wanted to be able to take some time and let you guys know, if you're interested in doing this, how to do this, how to make it easy. So that tip 1 was small pieces. Tip 2 is use the app. Sit on your couch, relax, family's there, you got your phone, and you just do one question at a time. If you get to a question and the question is like foreign, like another language almost, then how I learned the answers and to understand the answers, I would put that into search in YouTube, and there'd be 5 or 6 different people who've already dealt with that question, and they'll have a full description and a full explanation of how you come to the answer. So it worked for me, and I know that it'll work for you. Some of you maybe work better with the whole school thing, you know, because you might want that kind of structure. But if you are like having a busy life, like I work, and you know you have things at home, you got things you got to do and stuff. I had to completely make my own time, my own pace. And if I needed to take an extra two or three evenings working on one small thing, then that's what I would do. I didn't feel locked into anything. So I just wanted to share that. YouTube will be your best friend in this. Like I say, any questions that's difficult, you'll be able to get right through it. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anything that the little attention deficit issue that some of us have, our age, or the fact that there's no one around to just like give us a tip. Don't let that stop you. You can do this. You can get your FAA Part 107 on your own with little money and with not a whole lot of people help. You can do this on your own, and you will be so thrilled that you finished this, you completed this, and you will thrive.